It's your girl, Lou Pac, baby. From the boot where the real ones talk slick and walk heavy. She don't do rumors, she do receipts. If you said it, she got it. If you did it, she show it. Truth teller, big stepper. Big stepper, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper. Big stepper, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Yeah. Straight out of Louisiana, she don't duck, no smoke. Call her the queen of receipts, she keeping folks woke. From fake friends to baby daddies getting exposed. If it's messy, she gon' clean it up, real talk mode. Independent, raw and loud with it. She ain't scared of nothing, she proud with it. So if you coming fake, don't step in her lane. She call names and receipts, gon' explain. Truth black, baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Truth teller, big stepper. Big stepper, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Yeah, pressure, yeah. It's Lou Pac, baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Yeah, all truth, all gas, no brakes. No brakes, 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 no brakes.
You tuned in to Lou Pac, baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go, let's go.
L-U-P-A-C, baby, don't play. She speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back. All receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-E-N-T, bring in truth to the streets. Go.
She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong surviving. Snakes don't make it out alive.
L-U-P-A-C, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury, she deliver with that heat. You won't clap, but she got truth. No sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real, this Lou Pac, baby. Capiche?
They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lou Pac don't just react, she decode what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined. Got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built to own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne.
L-U-P-A-C, baby, don't bend. She speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back. All receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-D-N-T, bring in truth to the streets. L-U-A-C, baby, don't bend.
Hey y'all, happy Thursday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in on this good old Thursday, baby. It is almost the end of the work week. Whoo, child, and we ready. Okay, we are ready. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for y'all patience. Thank y'all for rocking out with your girl. Shout out to the boy Pretz because he did his big one on those intros. When I tell y'all those intros will get you lit every time, like you just hearing it for the first time, that's what I was looking for. Something that you can listen to over and over and it'll never get old. Shout out to Pretz, y'all. So it's been a whole lot going on, as you guys can see. Like it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot going on, child. You got a lot of this been entered into legal water. So we're gonna be real careful on what we do speak on. But we're gonna really dive into the magic trick, right? As you guys can see my caption, like most of the people who have came out here and made very, very controversial accusations towards RH, this person has too also turned into a magic trick. Y'all know what I mean when I say that. We're going to get into it. Let me see who we got in here. I hope you guys watched that video that I dropped. I think yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Because I couldn't go live yesterday, y'all, because I was running around uh, getting supplies to do burrito tacos for the first time, child. And it took me all day long. Between going get the stuff and making it, it's a hassle. The taco process is easy, but the preparation, whoo, child. Listen, I made a lot so I could freeze it. Thank God I did. All right, let me go up so we can see who is in the building. Because there's a lot going on, but ain't too many people live as I can see so far. Hey Sid, hey Terry, bro. Shout out to you, Queen Iries in this thing. Sweet Queen, of course. Thank you for holding down the chat, my love. We got Laneka. Hey sister, thank you for those coffees also that you sent me before I came live. You are appreciated. You always do your big one on your girl, and it is greatly appreciated, I swear. Hey Miss Deborah R. Hey Miss Lisa. Hey Tanya. Who else we got in here? Let me go down. Kay Brown, Kim Jones. We got Miss Jessica, Chocolate Season. We got Miss Lolita. You say, hey, Luke, I can chat. Love your other live. You are still the gold win, bringing the truth to the table. Much respect. Thank you, Miss Lolita. Hey, Miss Karen. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, you changed me. Miss Jackie. We got Miss Geraldine coming through with the super sticker blessing. Always the first one per usual. Shout out to you, my love. Hey, Latae. Hey, Miss LaRonda. Who else we got? Miss Shirley, Miss Jackie. We got Miss Simone. We got Latoya, Tony, Miss Lakeet in the building. We got, hold on, let me go up, y'all. Sabi. We got Miss Whitty, Talisa, Nana Karen. We got Miss Jackie Moore, Sierra, Virgo Goddess, Orchida, Miss Jean, Nita M, K Monet, Miss Shalene, Snooky, Blessed Beyond Measure, Miss Christine, Miss Beverly, Miss Green Eyes, Miss Roslyn, my sister Tajay in the building. Shout out to all my beautiful mods. Miss Lisa. We got Miss Sherry Weber, Gracie, Miss Lady One. We got, hold on, y'all, bear with me. Aisha in this thing. Jazz So Jazzy, Invincible Empire. We got Leah Rowe. I know y'all gonna be deep today. Every time I miss a live, baby, y'all come through hot and heavy. The next time I go live, I'm gonna have to start missing lives more often. I miss a live and y'all coming thick. Hey Tyrese. Hey Miss Beverly. Hey Miss Marlena. Sweetly favored. Thank you, Sierra. Blessed in choosing. We got Rise in the building. Crease conversation loud. It's time for you to do another live, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Beverly, for getting that membership. I appreciate you. I owe y'all a members only, y'all. I'm waiting for them court docs to be updated because y'all know that's where we do our thing with the documents over there, members only. Okay, so we waiting on that to be updated. It ain't doing too much of nothing right now. Ain't nothing updated lately, but we waiting on it. We watching it close. Kim Kobe, Miss Nanette. We got Snooky coming through with the super sticker blessing. Thank you, my love. Miss Cheryl Daggs, Miss Janice, Daisha. chat and create. I'm chosen. I love you back. Hey, Miss E. Hey, Gossip with Claire. Hey, Bree Bree, Miss Ashley. Who else? Miss Ramona G. We got Miss Alexis Renee. We got Miss Cassandra, Miss Beverly Phillips, Miss Joanne D. Ham in the building. I gotta catch your replay also. Shout out to you. You say I was hollering. What happened? What happened? What did I miss? What did I miss, y'all? Hey, Miss Janelle. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Hey, Miss Valencia, Miss Sandra, Dee Dee in this thing, Miss Beverly, Miss Linda. We got Miss Marlene, chosen by God. It's in the building. Jubilee time. We got Courtney T. Lady. We got Miss Yolanda White. Did you see Neo did a I did see it, y'all. And that's why I'm gonna let me get to that. I got something I want to say about that also. Hey, Miss Elaine, Queen Rona, Miss Sexy Ray. Shout out to Gossip with Claire coming through with the super sticker blessing. You are appreciated, my love. Miss Duncan. Hey, Renee in this thing. Who else? Who else? Let me go down. Y'all deep today, baby. Freddie. We got Lady J, Miss Lenora. Hold on. Kiara. Miss Tanya. Christina. Dreamy Girl. We got Real Talk Vibes, Miss Portia. Shout out to Joanne for the super chat blessing. You are appreciated, my love. Y'all, look at y'all. Shout out to y'all. Y'all be showing that good love, okay? I really, really appreciate it, you guys. Sapphire Virgo. Who else? Who else? Let me go down, y'all. Fancy Free. We got a lot of new names also. Big shout out to the new people that's coming through supporting the platform. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I give it up, okay? So y'all, let me do my disclaimer. If y'all would like to donate to me monetarily, you can cash at me at $Lupac2. I switched up for a good while. I'm gonna be telling y'all how I switched it up because I know a lot of people are used to the old Cash App because I've been having it forever. But I had to switch it up because Cash App was trying to make me turn my Cash App into a business account, and I don't use it for business purposes. So it is no longer $Lupac1. It is $Lupac2, but it is updated in the chat, and my mods do put the new one in the chat for the ones who like to bless via Cash App. You could also support the platform by getting a super chat or super sticker. It is not mandatory, but it is greatly appreciated because it contributes to the revenue of this particular live stream. Okay, so everything helps, especially when y'all not watching the ads, even though we need y'all to watch ads because that's our primary source of income when it comes to these streams. Ad revenue, y'all. Ad revenue first, then super chat, super sticker second. That's how we get paid as creators. Okay. You can also support by getting a membership. Shout out to all the members. Days 1, 2s, and 3s. Even our newest members for coming and rocking out with your girl. All of the core docs are read and members only. I try to keep personal as possible, especially because we support RH, right? So we don't want to do anything that goes against his goal, his mission, what he's trying to do. He has enough people that are literally out here trying to destroy him, character and livelihood. So we don't want to add to it, okay? And hit that like button. That's free 99. You can't beat free. So make sure you're running them likes up. Mods, please let me know how they doing with the like button. If we need to throw the intro out there again, because it don't pay to hit the like button. Like you don't have to pay for it. You just can do it. Okay. Anyways, shout out to y'all. I couldn't wait to go live. I wanted to go live so bad yesterday, but whew, making them tacos was time consuming, child. I didn't finish till late last night. Anyway, so I don't know how many of y'all watched my video that I put out yesterday, but I'm going to play it on my live stream because while I made that video, y'all, because little Miss Trixie's not YouTube, child, TikTok video was 10 minutes long. I got tired of giving commentary on it during the video. So if you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. So I said I'm going to continue breaking down her video when I go live. Now, if you've been following this situation, notice how nobody's talking about her again. That was a very, very serious accusation that she came out here and threw. And for it to just vanish into thin air where nobody is speaking about it, like the others who have came out here and made, with something that serious, right? With something that serious, it doesn't just disappear like that. Especially if it really happened. Like that girl is just where is she? What happened to her? Just like all the other people that came out here and made certain accusations against this man, they just disappear. Like for one, the biggest red flag of it all, in my opinion, is coming to the internet and not the proper authority to actually get some type of result. That's the biggest red flag of it all because there's no way in HELL I'm gonna come to the internet for some type of resolve when you know that more often than not the odds are against you when you come to the internet because you open the door for a whole bunch of unwanted, unwarranted opinions. Okay, so ain't no way I'm gonna come to the internet and not go to the police first no matter how long it happened ago. You should have went to the police when it first happened. And if not the police, because she gave an excuse as far as, oh, I was in some legal troubles and my Raffica, put the T on the front, was after me, so I couldn't go to the what first of all, ma'am, she said that, y'all, make this part make sense for me. She said that she didn't go to the police because her Raffica, put the T on the front, was chasing her, right? So, in what world do first, child? First of all, that didn't make no sense to me because if you go to the police, right? It's not like the police are going to call and alert your Raffica that you made a police report against somebody else. So, how did that affect her again? How, like, why did that stop her from going to the police again? People got to really pay attention to when people, a lot of times emotions as women, we want to side with the woman, right? Emotionally, because we're women. But you have to really, really pay attention because in this day and age, especially with social media, it's a whole lot of women out here that are doing a whole lot of lying that on with very serious accusations for some clout or motion or coins on social media. So, and they really making it hard for actual victims. And that's the sad part about it. Like, they have women out here who are really being affected, who are real victims of, SA and DV and all of these different things. And you got these trashy, classless, dusty foot women who are willing to lie, just for a little view, just for some coin, not realizing, not thinking about the repercussions, not realizing the effect that it has on women as a whole when another woman wants to come out here and give her story that is actually a real story. That's not cool. That's not cool. And that's why I RH made a good post on his community wall the other day where he said that women who come out here and lie should be held accountable and should face time just like the accused, the same time that the accused would get, they should get the same time as the accuser, especially if they're lying. And I could not agree more because it's no way. Because you got women, I've seen some people saying in the comments, they were like, and this was under the original post that Little Miss Trixie Star Dusty Foot commented on to get some attention, which she claimed she didn't comment to get attention. She said she didn't realize the page that she commented on was such a big page. Girl, bye. You a little slow, but you ain't that slow. Okay. So she said that what did they people was in the comments saying well, I don't think she's lying because of the severity of the situation. Who would lie about something like that? Child, exactly. That can go both ways. A mental a person with mental instability, they would definitely lie about something like that. That's the crazy part. Like, child, y'all better let these people quit complete strangers on the internet playing on y'all top where you don't have no proof of them being a credible person. You don't know them from the man in the moon. And you are so easily accepting of something that they say on the internet. We don't know these people. That lady didn't provide not one receipt outside of her talking to herself in a DM Instagram messenger. That's it. That wasn't proof. Ain't nobody admitted to nothing in that message. She was talking to herself. And if you look at the message, hey, Miss Rebecca, hey to everybody that's coming in. If you look at the message, then you could clearly see that for somebody who claimed they were a victim of such a gruesome act, right? You would think they would have had a different attitude in that message. Like, okay, let's get into it. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull up my video. Let me pull it up. We just gonna get into it. All right. Hold on. And before I press play, if y'all remember, keep in the back of your mind the things that she said in her initial story time that she did on Facebook, right? Because she did a story time on Facebook, then she doubled back, deleted her whole Facebook. She removed all her content off of Facebook. Then she went over to TikTok, and where you can see she done plenty of singing videos, right? Showing she has a talent for singing. I ain't gonna knock her. She does, she can't hold a little tune, right? So that also made me feel like she's doing it for clout, trying to get clout off of that man name. Baby, RH ain't got no more clout left to give you, hope. Okay? It's gone at this point. He ain't got nothing to give y'all. Nothing. Let it go. So he ain't got nothing for y'all, not even a penny. So we're gonna play this, y'all, but hold on, y'all. My child calling. Hold on. All right, my bad, y'all. That was my baby, my oldest baby. Yeah, like what was I saying? Child, I forgot my thought. I forgot what I was saying. But if you remember from the video that she did on Facebook, y'all know that I don't know if others reviewed it, but Upper definitely reviewed the video. And pay attention if you can remember what she said in the Facebook video. She said something totally different in this TikTok video. Okay, but I kind of like broke it down. I didn't even really need the Facebook video to validate the TikTok video because I hadn't already clocked her in this video. So just watch. Let me play it. Hold on. Check it out.
And the Oscar goes to.
Hello. I'm here to do a story time. I'm new to this. This is my first time doing something like this. But the only reason why that I'm doing this is because people have been trying to like tarnish my name and go against things that has happened to me. Okay. Okay, the story time is about the time I got essayed. Okay, so watch me crochet some of this curly hair in my hair while I talk. So this video
Let me pause there. And I ain't gonna do too much pausing, y'all, because I gave commentary in my actual video, right? So I ain't gonna really stop and talk too much until towards the end of the video on the part that I didn't give commentary on. But I had to stop it right there because one thing about actual victims of essay and different things like that, things of that type of severity, notice her mannerisms, notice her body language. Oh, y'all watch me crochet while I tell y'all how I was great. Girl, what? Like what? You can tell just from her body language and her mannerisms that she has some type of mental disorder, okay? Which was stated in her GoFundMe. But I put these clips on the screen also to show the type of posts that she was making recently. Like all of these posts were recent posts on her Facebook, even though she just so happened to take it all down, remove all her content after people started questioning her story and asking her for receipts, right? She took all her content down off of Facebook. All you can see is her profile picture. That's it. That's literally all. She turned into a magic trick like the rest of them. But I just so happened to catch all of those receipts before she had a chance to take it down. But you can see that clearly she over there selling stuff. And it ain't Girl Scout cookies. Okay? So just with this post, it says when I send her this, just know I'm willing to pay anything for it. And she captioned it, send him my way. I got some tricks for their ASS. And she made this on January 6th, right? Okay, let's get back into the video and I'm gonna let it play so y'all can hear my commentary.
Came about because there was something that had happened to me a few years ago, and I had said something online yesterday and it just blew up and went off and it went viral.
No, it didn't. Child, first of all, clearly she don't know what viral is, y'all. She commented under somebody's post and said, "Oh, he raped me." And she got a couple comments under that post. Under her comment, I mean. That is not viral, baby. Let's continue.
And this just happened yesterday. I desired in a little bit to get on here and make a video, but I was just so torn up. I was so emotional. I just didn't know what to think. Like, so I had to like take a break, pull back, and breathe. I even deactivated my Facebook. I deactivated everything because it was just like the response that I had got was crazy. Okay.
No, she deactivated that page because them RHCCs / the truth tellers was on that. Yes, okay, that's why she deactivated their page, baby. She wasn't expecting the backlash that she got and people telling her she need to provide some receipts. Let's continue.
So how this happened was yesterday. Okay, so let's just here. This is where I start. All right. Yesterday, I had made a comment on a page, and on my personal Facebook page, you know, I don't have a lot of people on there because it's personal. But there was this page on there, and I had made a comment based off a picture that was posted. So based off the comment, I started getting responses from the person who carries the page. And then they tag other people in it who has shows, talk shows, all this YouTube shows, things like that. I know nothing about. Even this page, I didn't even know it was one of those big pages.
So help me out with this one, y'all. So you just so happen to run across a post with a picture of RH, a man that you say you blocked on everything. So I'm trying to figure out how he even got in your algorithm if he was blocked on everything, because typically they don't recommend those type of posts or put them down your timeline. But you had to have been following the Messy Sis page or something like that to even see that post, baby. So to say, oh, I didn't know anything. I didn't know the page. I didn't know nothing. I was just clueless. Girl, bye. Let's continue.
I had no clue because any other time I made a comment about what had happened to me, nobody cared. Nobody listened. So everybody want to come to me and, you know, I want you to do this talk show, do that talk show. I'm sorry this happened to you, blah, blah, blah. But then you have those people who was out defamation of character, she did, she that, you know, pulling up my stuff, all that type of stuff. So basically what had happened was, a few years back, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was with my twin sister, and we went to a friend's house. And this friend, we all go to his house.
Y'all heard her say 3 years back, right? Now, we're in 2025. We're going to soon be in 2026, okay? So if you go 3 years back, 2025 minus 3 is what? 2022. Now, she didn't give no date. She didn't give a specific date, but she said 3 years back. 2022, at the end of 2022, RH and Laonia were no longer together, but we can't specify. She said they was, but we can't specify if they was or they weren't. We ain't going off of her word. She didn't provide no proof, but we can't specify that because we don't have actual proof to show it. And we ain't gonna just take her word for it because she's not providing any receipts, right? As a matter of fact, everything she's saying is literally going against what she said in her Facebook story time. But she did say 3 years back. And also 3 years back, RH was skinny, baby. He wasn't big. So that alone let me know that you got the wrong guy. Or you just intentionally lying on this man because RH was skinny 3 years ago. In 2022, he was skinny. She said it was a big guy with some big old teeth. Okay, big black guy with some big teeth.
Go to the lake, we have parties, we do karaoke, we cook out, we like a big family. But this particular weekend, we went down there, and I was going to dance because at this time I was an exotic dancer, so I was going down there to dance, okay? And got to my friend's house. You know, we partied, we cooked, we talked, we was singing, just enjoying ourselves.
Friend
He was
house.
just like, you know, y'all don't gotta worry about going to the club. Actually, we went to one club and then we left, and he was like, don't worry about going to the club. Y'all can just stay here. Maybe I'll give y'all a little money, you know, for y'all time. Just enjoy yourself.
Bring that ass right on back here, baby. You're talking a little bit too fast. So we're going to slow it down just a little bit for the one time, okay? You said that you and your twin sister stayed to a friend's house in Charlotte, North Carolina, who had a very big, nice house, might I add. She also said that, y'all. And you said that at that time you was an exotic dancer. Y'all didn't go to the club. Y'all went over there. Y'all was singing karaoke. Y'all was cooking. Y'all was chilling, whatever, singing, da-da-da-da. But you said, oh, no, we did go to one club. And then my friend insisted that, you know, y'all don't have to go to no other club. Y'all could just stay here and I'll pay y'all for y'all time. Oh, red flag. Why would your friend, who's just like family, that you stayed at his house all the time, have to pay you for your time for you to have a good time at his house and not go dance at a club? No, baby, it sounded like you was hired to dance at a private party at his house, and that's what it was. Y'all catch that play. Don't let that go over y'all head. Let's continue.
So this particular day, I think it was a Saturday, we was there, we was cooking out or whatever, and then there was this guy there, and he was friends with the guy, our friend's son. So I met him, he was cool or whatever. Then later on, there was this another guy that came in, but this guy, he was just a little weird. You know, he came in, you know, big, just feeling himself, big teeth, all this.
So he was weird because he was big. Y'all, make sure y'all listening good to my commentary because I'm clocking her so fast. Like, you have to listen. When I tell you I clocked her like Speedy Gonzalez, you got to really, really pay attention to what I'm saying because I'm clocking her. I'm being silly, but I'm also clocking everything she's saying at the same time. So you got to really listen to what I'm saying. Don't look at it as, oh, Pac just being funny, but also pay attention to the words that I'm saying because I'm repeating what she's saying and how she's contradicting herself. It sounds like a joke, but she's really doing this. So peep it, y'all. And he had big teeth. Okay, gotcha.
Just all, you know, kind of introducing himself to me and my sister, whatever. But then I should have known because he was already preying on me. He was already preying on me, but I didn't know.
So if he was already preying on you, but you didn't know, but how did you know he was preying on you? Child, listen to a fool talk, y'all. Listen. He was already preying on me, but I didn't know. Okay, let's continue.
You meet somebody and then they're trying to like find your soft spot, find what hurt you, you know, what happened to you in life, you know, and kind of talk about that. And he wanted to talk about my mom dying, which had nothing to do with him. He just kept.
First of all, ma'am, it's a whole lot of holes in your story and inconsistencies because, well, for one, you leaving a lot out. How did he know your mom passed away in the first place for him to even open up a conversation about that? See, you not telling us the whole story. You making it seem like, oh, he came in, he was big, he had big teeth, he wasn't my type, he was a creep, he was preying on me, he was this, he was that. But you also saying things that's not adding context, or we can tell that context is being left out. Like, oh, he wanted to find my soft spot. He asked me about my mom passing away and how he knew that. If you didn't know him, he didn't know you. How did he find out that your mom passed away? That's not something I would just typically tell somebody that I met for the first time. Okay? Like, girl, make it make sense. But let's continue.
want to do it. He don't want to talk about stuff that was gonna make me vulnerable. You know, I don't know this man from nowhere. He literally came in the house because his manager was there and was just sitting back. He kept trying to talk to me, but I was ignoring him. He wasn't my type. I wasn't paying no attention. It wasn't my intentions. Okay.
So you kept ignoring him because he wasn't your type. You wasn't paying him any attention. Well, who told him about your mom passing away? Because I have never met anyone and opened a conversation with, hey, how you doing? I'm such and such. My mom passed away in 2017. Like who? Like, girl, stop the cap, please. Please stop the cap. But let's continue.
So then we was drinking, we was having karaoke and all this type of stuff. And one thing about me, you know, I had epilepsy and I had trigeminal neuralgia and all those type of things, which is neuralgia disorders in the mind, in the brain. So I don't drink like that. And when I do drink, I'll drink a little bit. I don't drink a lot because I know when I do drink, you know, I black out.
Okay, y'all, keep this part in mind. Notice how she just described her medical conditions to trigeminal neuralgia and epilepsy or whatever. Notice how I think I said that wrong, child, but notice how she just described that, and she said she don't drink a lot or often because when she do, she blacks out. Because later on in the story, you're gonna hear how she said she blacked out. Okay, so clearly she drunk a good bit.
So particularly we doing karaoke, it's getting late. You know, my sister's with her friend. The guy house it is, this is her guy.
Not so fast, Trixie. Because if you guys notice that early in the story, the beginning of this story time, little Miss Trixie told us that the guy who owns the house is like family. He's, you know, somebody's house that they go to on a regular. It's on the water. They do karaoke. They sing. And she also included how they went to the club. And, she said, we didn't go to the club. No, we went to one club. You know, I'm exotic dancer. And he offered to pay us for our time. But, you know, he offers to pay us so we didn't have to go to the club. But now you're saying that the guy who owns the house is your sister's friend. So she went with him. So he's not family no more, right? He's not family no more. The type of family that likes to pay exotic dancers for their time. Oh, baby, I'm clocking you. Clock.
So, you know, they're ready to go to bed. I'm ready to go to bed. The guy, I'm just going to call him True. Okay, we're just going to call him True. The guy True just was kind of like, you know, I guess trying to talk to me. You know, I dismissed him. It's time for him to leave the house. You know, it's time for him to go. I don't even think he's supposed to have really been there. I don't know. So I go upstairs to my room. Mind you, this is a big house. My friend got a big house. But it's a big house.
Oh, so now we're back to it being your friend. But you said in the beginning that this guy is like family. Y'all go there often. Y'all do karaoke. Y'all sing. Y'all cook. Y'all chill. You know, it's a house on the lake. But now it's, I'm ready to go to bed up to my room. You know, this is my friend's house. He has a really big house and I have a room there. But you said this is your sister's friend who is also family that offered to pay y'all exotic dancers for y'all time for being there because y'all ended up not going to another club, but y'all went to one club, right? That's what you said, Trixie. Don't start switching it up now, boo-boo kitty. Oh, baby, we're going to clock your tea in this video. That's why I said, y'all, one thing about a person when they're being deceptive, the story becomes very, very inconsistent. And 9 times out of 10, they tell on themselves. Yes, and she's doing a whole lot of telling on herself. So you got a whole room in your sister's friend house who is also like family to y'all, who also paid y'all for y'all time because y'all exotic dancers. And then all of a sudden you was ready to go to bed in your sister's friend house who is like family, who is now back to being your friend. You know, child, listen, let's continue.
It's nice. And every time I go to his house, I always have a particular room. It's my room and I stay in, right? I stay in this room. So let's just cut to it. I just try to do the one-time story thing. So long story short, all I remember is going to bed. No, all I remember was going into my room and he was just saying something about what room he gonna sleep in.
So all you remember is going to bed, but then you also remember True saying, what room am I going to sleep in? So you said, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Why would it have anything to do with you, ma'am? Like, unless he was there for you. Because it sounded like you leaving a whole lot of the story out, little Miss Long Story Short, without the context. How did y'all even get up in the room together for him to, y'all to even be having a conversation on where he's going to sleep? Let's continue.
I don't know. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, I don't even know why you here. Like,
So at this point in the story, you still don't know why this man is here, true, quote unquote, the nickname that you gave him. But you had a whole conversation with this man early in the story about your mom passing away and all of that. Then now you fast forward without context. Y'all went from singing, karaoke, drinking, cooking on the, at the house on the lake, this big old nice house, to the bedroom. Ma'am, you it's a lot of holes in your story. Y'all ended up in the bedroom after all of that. And now you don't know where this man gonna sleep. Oh, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm ready to go to bed. Why are you ready to go to bed at a house for a karaoke night where you were paid for your time because you didn't go exotic dance at a club? So the family member / friend of your sister, where y'all always go stay to his house because y'all like family, but this family member is also paying you for your time. Yeah, make it make sense.
okay, good night. I'm going to my room, closing the door. I believe, I don't know if I locked the door. Even if I did lock the door, I don't even think it locked. I don't know, because I just.
Who child? So she went in her room, she closed the door, she locked the door, but she don't even know if it locked because she don't think it locked. Girl, y'all, this is a whole hot mess and a half. Do you hear me? Let's continue.
Just remember going to sleep, and now this time, mind you, I'm drunk, okay? But I'm still a little aware. I lay down, and I remember the guy knocking on my door coming in, and I think I was like, come in or something, because I thought it was my sister or whatever, I don't know.
Now she just went from locking the door to
he want me, he wanted
the
to
door
this,
not
that.
locking because the lock potentially didn't work. To y'all remember when she said her sister went in the room with the family member who is also her sister's friend. Yeah, the owner of the house. So she, and also she took precaution by attempting to lock a door that potentially didn't lock. So, because of the weirdness of the truth guy, right? So you just so happen to say come in, but you drunk though, right? You drunk, and you typically don't drink because of your epilepsy and your whatever neuralgia situation, because you tend to black out, right? But you in your room at your friend's house, who is also your sister's friend, who is also a family member whose house y'all go to on a regular for karaoke, drinking, and cooking and partying, who also tends to pay y'all for y'all time because y'all exotic dancers. Okay, so you locked the door, and the door really didn't lock though. In that nice ass house, the doors don't really lock for real because the locks is raggedy, right? I'ma just assume they raggedy because it didn't lock even though the house was nice. But Truth just so happened to come in the room because you said, come in. I think I said come in because I thought it was my sister. But y'all at a house full of people, so you automatically assume it's your sister knocking on the door, who just so happened to go in the room first with her friend / the owner of the house. Okay, let's continue. Yo, why nobody told me? Why nobody told me I had a lapse in my video? I'm just realizing that. I'm like, why is it not playing? I must have did a freeze. No, I must have not did a freeze at the right time. I'm like, hold up. Because I just realized I start over talking her. But y'all, keep in mind, that's my first time using the freeze effect in CapCut. So that I didn't realize I had made that error. But I'm like, wait, why she ain't talking? I know I didn't mute it or press pause. Hold on, let me see. Let me try to get it right, y'all.
Room, get
There you go.
out, you know. Okay, I'm thinking it's over with. He leaves. Boom. So the only thing I
Thank
remember
you,
next is,
Nathan.
it's time for me to go to bed. I close my eyes and go to sleep. I'm knocked out, okay? I'm knocked out. The only thing I do remember is waking up, and I'm knocked out and I'm blacked out. I remember waking up, and it had to be God. It had to be God waking me up. I woke up and I just remember somebody on top of me, and I just remember seeing him, and I'm like, I'm trying to pressure myself like, God, please help me. If you just allow me to just get up, like, so I try to push him off of me, right?
So let me get this straight. So you proceeded to drink, not only drink, but get drunk, knowing that you had mental conditions that cause you to black out when you drink. And not only that, you were at a house with men there, ma'am. Men, one might I add, that you had precautions about because you said he was weird and he was preying on you. So you allowed yourself to get drunk and black out, and you were in a room, your room, at your sister's friend's house, who is also the like a family member that y'all go to on a regular, who paid y'all for y'all time because y'all exotic dancers and y'all didn't go to the club, but instead of going to the club, y'all went to y'all family member slash friend's house, who y'all go to on a regular to have a good time, and it just so happened to be strange men there, one preying on you, that ended up in the bedroom with you, behind a door that just so happened to lock but didn't lock because the lock, I'ma assume, was raggedy, even though the house was real nice and it was on the lake, right? Yeah. So God woke you up with this big old man on top of you with these big teeth, like you said. God woke you up. It had to be God, right? Okay, let's continue.
And all I remember is I think he kind of like, I remember him looking at me and kind of like moving, and next I black back out. I black back out, right?
So let me get this straight, okay, little Miss Trixie. So God woke you up. And when people say things like that, I assume that, God doing things as a sign to get you out of a dangerous situation, right? So if God woke you up, I'ma assume that was your sign that this man wasn't supposed to be there, let alone be on top of you. But you said he moved a little bit. He looked at you, he moved a little bit, and then you blacked out again. So I'ma assume it wasn't God who woke you up, baby. I'm Because if God gave you that sign that that man was on you or woke you up as a sign to let you know that that man was on top of you, I would assume you would attempt to get him off of you and then possibly go back to sleep. Or am I missing something here, y'all? Because this, like I said, this story has a whole lot of holes, baby. It's very confusing.
Then when I wake back up, it's the morning time. It's the morning time, but what woke me up was I opened my eyes and the guy True was on his knees on the bottom of the bed sitting there staring at me.
So let me get this straight. So you was in a blackout type stage, right? And y'all know what it means when you're blacked out. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys know what that means, right? So you didn't wake up when this big old man with these big old teeth was on top of you, even though you said God gave you a sign and woke you up, but you seen the man on top of you, went back to sleep, well, blacked out, let's say that. But what really woke you up is the fact that he was no longer on top of you, but he was at the end of the bed on one knee looking at you like this. I wish y'all could see my face, but looking at you like this. So you wake up easier with somebody looking at you opposed to somebody being on top of you. Okay, we get it. But you know what, y'all? I'm going to let her finish her story time because it's a lot to keep stopping and giving commentary. So we're going to let her finish, but y'all need to pay close attention to what this girl says. And then we're going to finish it up at the end. Or I might just finish it off in my live tomorrow. But y'all check this out.
So imagine you wake up and a big black guy is just sitting there staring at you. So I'm waking up.
Okay, I didn't give any more commentary in it, so I'm gonna give it now. Okay, we gonna clock the rest now as she go along. Let me play this little part real quick.
like, what? You know, like, yeah, what's going on? He was just sitting there like, did I do something wrong? Is there something I did wrong? Huh? What are you talking about? This is what are you talking about? I'm just waking up. Like, what? And then he was just like, and I just went putting a cover.
Notice by her surprise, y'all. Okay, this is my thing. How did she not know immediately that she was great or SA? Notice her lack of being shocked or anything like that. You're gonna notice she gonna say further along, she gonna say she went to the bathroom and she gonna say, is my period on? Didn't I have a tampon on? Like, I've never seen a victim of rape react in this manner. The way she reacted is somebody who had a drunk night with a man, an exotic dancer at that, and she just didn't remember what happened. That's what it gave, baby. But it's giving very much overall that you went to this person's house, you and your sister as private dancers. They paid y'all. It was a whole bunch of men there, and your sister was with the one who owned the house, and you just so happened to pick from one of the other ones and went upstairs with that person when your sister went upstairs with her man, and y'all had a very crazy night, and you didn't remember nothing because you blacked out because you was drinking, knowing you on medication because of your mental situations, and you ain't supposed to be drinking like that, and you just don't remember what happened. You saw an opportunity. You seen RH with this very viral storyline, and you just so happen to make him fit the description of the person that's in your story, or that you could use. That's what it's given to me. That's what it's given. All right, let's play. But I've never seen somebody who say they are a victim of SA react in this manner. She don't even know what the hell going on in her own story. Like, girl, what? Were you why didn't you scream or make like you don't even remember what, to be honest, y'all? She don't even remember what happened that night. Peep how she's describing the event, but she don't remember. She's unclear. She keep looking up, trying to remember things. And girl, it's deceptiveness is written all over this story.
I was like, yo, what is my clothes at? And then he pulled a cover back from the end of the bed and handed me my underwear and my shorts and stuff. And I looked at him, he looked at me, and he gets up and he leaves out. So I'm still like, okay, look, I'm supposed to be doing this and talking about it. I just came onto a task like that. So I'm like,
so she like, where's my clothes at? So he pulled a cover back. He look at her. She look at him. He give her clothes, and then she just get, no, oh, you grate me. You grate me. None of that. None of that is going on while they're actually in the moment, right? Nobody finds out until years later. Like, poor child. And to be honest, I see somebody say RH to get her for defamation, y'all. What he gonna get her for? This, y'all, if y'all would see her background. Ooh, that's like trying to sue a dog crossing the road. Okay, listen, he would lose more money trying to sue her for defamation. She don't own it. She don't have nothing. She has a criminal background, y'all. This is a prostitute right here. Okay. Now I get it, wanting something to be done legally because of the very defaming lie that she told. But sometimes people like this will tell those type of lies because they know they don't have nothing to lose. They don't have nothing to lose. Now, if he can pursue it criminally, I definitely advise that. But civilly, he will lose more trying to sue her for defamation than he would gain. Because what can you take from somebody who don't have nothing? That's just like him suing LaOnya. What could he get? She don't own nothing. He can't collect off of assets or anything like that. When a person has nothing, you can't get nothing from nothing. Okay? And it's very unfortunate because it's wrong. It's really wrong morally and wrong period. It's sad that somebody like this can come tell that type of lie and just get away with it. But the good part about all of this is that, like I said, these people eventually turn into magic tricks. People talked about her for 2 days. Well, I'm probably the only person, and this is my probably gonna be my last live about her because we all see what's going on here. She definitely has some mental issues. She definitely tried to get clout off of the situation. Anybody who is alleging something like this and they come to the internet but not go to the police, that is the biggest red flag, an indicator of deceit. Ain't no way. Only a fool. You know it ain't believable when the other side ain't even really talking about it. That should tell you something. That should tell you something right there. But it's just really sad. Like it's sad that people with money don't do stuff like this. When people got money, when people got something to lose, they don't do stuff like this. When they ain't got nothing to lose, that's when you start seeing stories like this and people moving like this. Other than that, child, or he should be wasting his time. Wasting his time, but it's a good thing there are people like us who can see through the bull crap, who can see through the lies. Ain't no way you really thought you was gonna pull this fast one and get something out of it. Girl, bye. You got paid dust. You lucky a few of us did do commentary on it just to clock your lie quick, fast, in a hurry. Other than that, she's getting paid dust. And that's why you don't see her. You go to her Facebook, you don't see nothing. Her TikTok is dry. And she claimed that she alleged this years ago or whatever, and nobody paid her any attention. Like people jumped on her. And I could see why. I wish I would have seen it when she initially said it. If she really did say it, because that's just word of mouth. All right, let's play it to hear the rest of this foolishness.
What? Okay, let me get up. And when I get out, I feel weird. I go to the bathroom. I don't go to the bathroom.
The bathroom
where my room is. I went to the bathroom where my sister and her dude room was. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. Wasn't I on my cycle? Like what? I'm looking. I'm like, yo, didn't I have a tampon in? Like what? Man, this.
Wow. I didn't go to the bathroom where my room was. I went to the bathroom where my sister and her friend was. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, ain't I on my cycle? Didn't I have a tampon in? Like, girl, it's the confusion for me.
This man had pushed my tampon all the way up in me from essaying me that night.
Girl.
So by this time,
girl, whoever you voluntarily, consensually had sex with that night, because it ain't giving SA. It's giving that you had one of those drunk nights like a lot of women do, and you chose a man in your drunkenness, and the next morning you saw an opportunity. That's what it's giving. Because your story ain't matching up to what you're actually saying didn't happen. It ain't. Look her face, y'all. Look her face. It ain't giving that, baby. It's giving you forgot what happened that night. Like we all done had a drunk night. Well, some of us had it with our actual man and don't remember what happened. I don't know too many people who just end up at people's houses being paid for dancing, and then they have a whole room at that person's house who was once a family member in the beginning of the story, but turned out to be the sister's friend at the end of the story. And then in the middle of the story, that person was back being her friend. Girl, bye. And then try to act like she don't know why the true person was even there. But then you also said his manager was there and he was invited. So it sounded like a house party full of ninjas, and you and your sister was dancers. Y'all got paid to be there, and you picked the trade, baby. You picked the trade. That's it. That's all. And you saw an opportunity. That's what it's giving. So basically what I'm trying to say is, y'all, I'm not saying she didn't have sex that night. I don't think it was RH. I think she seen an opportunity She was watching social media because if you notice, she tried to say, "Oh, I don't know these people." I wish I had the initial video that she did because that would really really point out the inconsistencies. She like in the beginning of the video, if you paid attention, she was acting like she didn't know none of this was going on. She know nothing about no saga. Who is Robert? Who? Who? Who is Robert? But you knew about the cancer journey. You knew about Laonia. You started the more and more she started talking, the more she started letting people know that she knew about this storyline. But at the beginning, she ain't no Jack ish. Okay, she ain't no nut, child. I don't know. They on YouTube channels, and I don't know anything. Girl, bye. You a little crazy, but she ain't. Let me shut up. Let me just play it.
Crying and screaming. I'm like, but my sister comes in there, and I'm like telling her like, well, yo, what's going on? Blah 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 blah. And she was like, you know what? Something told me last
Crying
night.
and screaming,
She said
y'all.
something woke her up and told her to come in there and check on me.
So did the true guy leave while all of this is going on? Did y'all try to stop him? Because notice how she said he gave her clothes and she got up to go into the bathroom. She didn't say he left out the room. She didn't say he left the house. None of that. She said, I didn't go to the bathroom where my room was. I went to the bathroom where my sister and her friend was. And then I noticed that I'm assume she sat on the toilet, right? You know, because most of us when we get up in the morning, the first thing we do is pee. So she said, ain't I on my cycle? Did I have a tip on it? And she go from that, talking to herself, to screaming and crying, to where her sister heard her. So where is the guy, the true guy, quote unquote, in the midst of all of this going on? Did he leave, ma'am? Did y'all try to stop him? Like, nobody said, hey, we're going to call the police. We got witnesses. Because that's what she claimed. You got witnesses. You allowed your Raffica, a.k.a. pimp, because that's what it really was, to stop you from, because if you notice that post I put up in my last live I did about this situation, she was in love, baby. Okay? She was in love with that pimp that she tried to later call her Raffica. And he clearly would beat her ass because she posted all kind of pictures all beat up and stuff. But she said that's the reason why she didn't go to the police. And she said also he threatened her. But my thing is, why you didn't give him no energy while he was still there? Like nobody like I'm. It's not adding up. It's not given at all. The story is not given.
But she didn't do it. She didn't listen to that intuition in her head that woke up, which was God, was telling her to go in there and save your sister. She didn't wake up.
Go save your
She
sister.
was like, oh
Hold
my
on.
God.
Let me back it up a little bit.
You know what? So by this time, I'm like crying and screaming. I'm like, but my sister comes in there, and I'm like telling her like, well, yo, what's going on? Blah 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 blah. And she was like, you know what? Something told me last night. She said something woke her up and told her to come in there and check on me, but she didn't do it.
Y'all, why would she go in the room and check on you when y'all already knew what y'all was there for? The crazy part is, during her story time, she said that her sister went up to the room with the owner of the house first. She was still downstairs by herself with all those men, right? So if your sister was using any type of precaution when it comes to you, she would have never left you downstairs in the first place, baby. Because you had already been listed several men that was there. No women outside of her and her sister was named. She said it was the guy who owned the house, his son, his son's friend, who she said he was okay. You know, I talked to him a little while. He was okay. Then it was the true guy, him, his manager. So that's, hold on, the guy who owned it, his son friend, the true guy, his manager. That's 5 men that she listed already, and it's just her and her sister. And we already understand that they're exotic dancers because she said the guy who owned the house offered to pay them for their time because they ended up not going to a second club, right? So that let us know that y'all were paid workers, ma'am. It's a reason why your sister went up to the room first with the man that owned the house, aka the family member, aka your sister's friend. It's a reason why she went up to the room first with him. But if she felt like you was in any kind of danger, especially since you said you was being preyed on early on in that night, that was your word. You said, I knew I could tell something was wrong because I knew I was being preyed on. Like, well, if you knew that, I know if I have a bad feeling about a man and I'm surrounded by men and it's just me and my sister, I'm gonna let my sister know right then and there, hey, I'm not comfortable here. I don't know these guys. You know, we know your friend possibly, and that's it. But I don't know this man over here. He keep looking at me funny. Bump the fact that y'all done had a whole conversation where he was talking about your deceased mom. How he found that out is left unknown, because how y'all even got into that conversation? You said he was trying to comfort you about your mom passing. How he know that? If he was preying on you, he was weird. I would think that a woman would avoid any type of interaction with that type of man, right? But yet you stayed back because you said your sister and her man went up to the room first. So that let me know that you was comfortable in that setting, because I'm going to let my sister know, hey, don't leave me down here. I don't know these men. I don't know these men. I don't want to be down here. This one already looking at me crazy, praying on me. Where you going? But now it's, oh, my sister said she woke up in the middle of the night. She had a feeling something was wrong, but she didn't follow her intuition and come save me. Girl, if you don't go set all the hell the way down in a therapist chair, please, quick. Oh, child.
She didn't listen to. You know what? Something told me last night. She said something woke her up and told her to come in there and check on me, but she didn't do it. She didn't listen to that intuition in her head that woke up, which was God, was telling her to go in there and save your sister. She didn't wake up. She was like, oh my God. You know, we all in disbelief. My sister's friend, the guy who house.
So God woke both of them up then. Baby, God was really on their side that night, because she said that the intuition in her sister's head was God telling her to go check on her sister and save her. But didn't God wake you up too? Because you said God woke you up while that big old man with them big teeth was on top of you. And you look around, he looked at you, you look at him, and you went right back to sleep. I know damn well if, child, first of all, you said the man was on top of you, baby. You woke up, looked at him, he looked at you, and then you went right back to sleep. So the precaution or the red flag of SA wasn't him on top of you. Somebody help me make that make sense. This lady said she went back to sleep. She said God woke her up. She looked at him, he looked at her, and then she went back to sleep. I don't know if that's how I would respond to a man that been praying on me all night. I don't think I would respond to that. I don't think I would just go right back to sleep. You know, like, I don't know, y'all. What about y'all? Hey, Gemini Rising. Thank you, Miss Simone. I appreciate your support. Thank you to everybody that's been sending them while I've been talking, child. I've been thanking y'all in the chat also. Let's finish her, y'all, because there ain't much left.
He's in disbelief. He don't even know him. He didn't even know he was still there. He didn't even supposed to be.
Wait, hold on. Let me go back.
Disbelief. My sister's friend, the guy who house it is, he's in disbelief. He don't even know.
Notice how she go back to my sister friend, the guy who house it is. Early in the story, she said it was her friend's house. She went from our friend's house, who we go there on a regular and cook, do karaoke, we party. It's a house on the lake. We go there often, to him paying them for their time. Then it went from both of their friend. I mean, it went from him being a family member to both of their friends to just her friend in the middle of the story. Now it's back to her sister's friend. Okay. And mind you, she said he didn't even know that the true God. So you mean to tell me that this man had a strange man in his house that he didn't even know. He didn't know the man. But some kind of way, the man ended up in the bedroom with you. In this man's house, where the door don't lock.
Know him. He didn't even know he was still there. He didn't even supposed to be staying there. So of course
he didn't know him. He didn't know he was still there. He didn't know he was supposed to be staying there. But that's his house, though. Who the hell do y'all know gonna allow a strange man to be in their house? This is a party. They having a party, y'all. And this man, oh, I didn't know. You know, the owner of the house, he didn't even know the man was there. He didn't know he was still there. He didn't know he was staying there. She said that early on in the story too. When True, quote unquote, first showed up, that nobody knew who he was. Well, why is he there? Who allows a stranger to stay to their house? You got to make the story make sense, baby. You can't just tell a story without it making sense. That's like a homeless person walking into your house off the street and y'all having a Thanksgiving dinner and the person just you know, gallivanting, speaking to everybody. They start talking about her mama passing and he started consoling her about this is a homeless person, mind you. Nobody know where this person came from. If that ain't unprotected, I don't know what is. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. The next morning, y'all having a discussion about why the person was there, how he got there, nobody knew him, how he ended up staying there, and all of that. Why y'all didn't discuss that while he was there? Because we still have yet to hear about when the man actually left the house. You went to the bathroom and didn't give no context as far as him leaving.
imagine how I feel. Like I need to go to the hospital. Like I'm just distraught. Like I don't fucking know, right? I don't know.
Hospital.
So boom. All right, I gotta go. I have to get out of here. I need to go home. I need to go home. Okay. So.
But here's the thing, y'all. So boom, I'm distraught. I gotta get out of here. I need to go home, right? So I'ma assume that because you were screaming, you was crying, all of this was going on. Y'all was trying to figure out who this man was. Why is he here? Who let him stay? All of that, right? So you like, I need to go to the hospital. You went from I need to go to the hospital to I gotta get out of here. I need to go home. So I'm confused. Because she said that the person threatened her, y'all. She said the person, when did he do that? Because notice how, while she's telling her story, she didn't even realize anything happened until she went into the bathroom. After she went to the bathroom, we didn't hear nothing else about the true person, quote unquote. So when did he threaten you? Because in those messages that you showed, he didn't even respond back to you. So when did he have time to threaten you? Because after you went to the bathroom and finally realized that something happened, which I think it was consensual, sex with her and whoever the person was, you went to the bathroom where your sister and her friend bedroom was. And that's when you start panicking, when you realize that your tampon was unreachable, basically. So when did that person have time to threaten you? Because you said that's why you didn't go to the hospital or anything like that. But people she say next, y'all. People she say next, because I don't even think she mentioned the person